Hey guys, Steve here from Memory Express, and I'm pretty pumped to talk to you guys about not only esports, but the next generation of mobile gaming geared towards esports enthusiasts. So today we're going to take a look at the Hero 2. Let's get to it. So when I first started Memory Express, I was actually in sales. I worked at Winnipeg West. When I first saw the Scar and Hero lineup, I noticed they're geared towards esports enthusiasts. If you actually look at the original design of the Hero, the keys here are outlined, they're still black, but they're outlined in white. And that got me curious about why. So it turns out they were really geared towards FPS and MOBA. So first person shooter and massive online battle arena. So myself, having dabbled in the dark arts of MOBA, playing Dota 2 and Heroes of the Storm, I was really excited about this laptop. And ASUS was very excited to facilitate sending one down. My first impressions of the laptop was they really geared and stepped it up towards esports enthusiasts and for any MOBA players out there. So let's take a little closer look at some of the features and reasons why, if you're into MOBAs, this is gonna be the laptop for you. So let's talk about the design here, guys. My first impressions once taking this on a box, you'll notice the highlighted keys here for your abilities. So any of the MOBA players know QWER are for your basic abilities and of course your ult. You can really tell ASUS had a real big focus on MOBAs with this laptop because of that alone. You can really feel the quality of the keyboard here, especially when you're just pressing down. Other key features you guys need to know as well, the keyboard is designed to last up to 20 million strokes as well. If you guys are on the go and you guys are playing all the time, know that this will last quite some time for you, so you don't have to stress about the keys wearing out anytime soon. All right guys, so here's the part where we go head to head, where I show you the original Hero model versus the new Hero 2. The first thing that should grab your attention is the bezel size. So as you can see, the original Hero was a thick board. It's a little big. And when we really look at the new Hero 2, it's 2.33 centimeters thinner. It gives you a whole lot more screen space and a whole lot of viewable range. Pretty cool. It's actually an ASUS and world first where they can deliver on the screen type being so thin. Because it's a 144 hertz monitor with 3 milliseconds response time. Of course, with a thinner screen like this, webcam placement had to be moved. So the little webcam's right down there now. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make for this screen. And you got the physical mouse pad now with the clickers. When we look here, it kind of looks like a snakeskin finish, and there's no clickers. So that's a big thing here. This one has the physical mouse. This one does not have the mouse clicks. Next, we're going to notice as well is the RGB strip on here, as well as the backings. So this is probably one of the coolest things and things I think you guys are going to appreciate the most if you guys are ROG fans and have had a ROG laptop in the past. So on the Hero 2 here, you can see the brushed metal finish as well as the RGB logoing. And on the original Hero here, it's just a plastic finish, still has a snakeskin look, and just a solid red logo, which now you can change on the Hero 2. Pretty cool, I'd say. So the first thing you guys are gonna notice when we actually show you the clamp side of this is the brush metal. So I'm gonna kind of just do some little reflections here so you guys can see that. You can see it really divides it right in half here. So this side is more of the grainy brush side, this is the smooth side. I will say this really attracts fingerprints, so if you're very particular about that, be careful. And of course, this is the ROG logo, which now lights up in whichever color you want. As well, we'll notice here that we got our new vent system on the back here, proper cooling. Looking on the bottom here, pretty standard ASUS ROG design, looks very much like the other laptops. So on our side here, we got our ports. This side we have our SD card reader and one of our USBs. And of course, your laptop lock. But this side's where all the goodies are. So we have our Ethernet port, which is a full-size one. So I know some have smaller collapsible ones, but we got a full size on this one here. We also have mini display port, HDMI, 2 additional USBs, and USB Type-C. Now, when I turned this laptop on the first time, I was legit spooked. That's because ASUS put some top-tier sound quality into this lad. Compared to the OG Hero laptop, it is 2 times louder.
Already moving. And
it has 3 times more powerful bass. You get such a crisp noise from the speaker system with the new ASUS sound.
On it.
However, that's a double-edged sword here because the sound's so good, everyone's gonna hear you. Especially if you're trying to play in the middle of the night. When you turn this on for the first time, greet you with that lovely ASUS splash and, well, you're gonna get caught. Really, that's my only issue with the laptop. So now that we've gone over the basic design and what comes on the sides, let's talk about what's under the hood and give you the technical specs. There'll be 2 models available, of course, an i5 with an 8th gen 8300H and an i7 8750H. We as well will see an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 and RAM support of DDR4, 2666 MHz up to 32 gigs. There'll be an NVMe drive in here and an SSD. As well, both laptops will be equipped with a 1TB 2.5 inch. Depending on the model, you might get the SSHD for the i7 or the regular for the i5. Both displays will be non-glare IPS screens with 144 Hz for the i7 and 60 Hz for the regular i5. So the latest addition to the new Hero 2 laptop, which I think all previous ROG owners will appreciate, is the abundance of colors. Previously, we didn't have this lighting strip, or, well, the RGB on the back. ASUS is taking care of us with colors. We got a fantastic little light strip here at the bottom, which is also the Aura Sync, and at the back here as well. So I welcome it compared to the old red. Not that I had a problem with the old red, but it's nice that we have an option to change it up a little bit. So you might be asking yourself, how do I change all the fancy colors here? Well, glad you asked. Program inside the PC is called Aura Core, which lets you change it from the little rainbows here to a solid red if you wanted to go back to the classic. That affects not only the keyboard here, but the logo and the front strip as well. So now that we've gone over all the fun, fancy technical specs of this laptop, we're all hyped about this bezel, we're hyped about the specs. How does it actually perform playing some MOBAs? Well, I'll tell you what, I took it for a spin playing some Dota. I'm a little rusty. In other words, I just suck. But the laptop is amazing for it. So let's take a look. With a key focus of the Hero 2 laptop being for MOBA gamers, we can really see how this is really designed and set towards us. As I shared earlier, you'll notice that the keys on the laptop here are highlighted for your abilities, QWER. They match up perfectly, of course, for games like Dota, League, and Heroes of the Storm. Diving into the games, I was impressed with the performance for these games, as this is what the machine was built to do, and the specs complement it perfectly. I saw no drops in either Heroes of the Storm, Dota, or League. All footage of the gameplay was actually recorded on the laptop itself with a free copy of XSplit Gamecaster. So, if you're into content creation, you'll be able to record your matches, and of course, make some stellar compilation videos, how-to guides, and whatever else your creative genius lets you do. All thanks to XSplit and, well, ASUS ROG here. Alright guys, rest assured, ASUS has really taken care of you when it comes to cooling. There's 3 modes. Overboost for your hardcore gamers, silent mode for if you're just watching some Club Penguin videos on YouTube and remembering the good old days, and of course balance mode if you're jumping between YouTube, Netflix, and of course some light gaming. You don't have to worry about this unit overheating, as it's taken care of quite well. The Hero 2 and Scar 2 are both slated to come out later this month. So guys, I'm Steve from Memory Express. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, make sure you guys leave a comment below. Make sure you hit that little bell thingamabob, subscribe, share this video. Also reach out to us on social media at Official Memory Express on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or just at Memory Express. So until next video, guys, I'll catch you on the flip side. I wasn't prepared to go through this again, but here we are.